Well, cheers again from TF-XCite, and we've got some previews coming up for the Nike Regionals going on Saturday at Bowdoin Park, and starting off with the Northeast, and we've got the showing in the background here the Varsity 2 race from the Bowdoin Classic earlier. I think it was September 28th, I think it was, when the CBA guys really put on a show that gave news that they were certainly among the top teams in the nation. So it's a completely different year this year with the change in the schedule, especially for the New York area, but for the whole Northeast, because this year again you have the chance to go to either the Nike Regionals or the Foot Locker individual championships, as it was way back in 2000, well, about 20 years ago. So that has returned, and so that changes things for a lot of runners last year who had to make a choice of one of the two. If you were an individual runner, now you have a choice of going, even if you don't have a team with you, you're just an individual runner. This year you have the chance to do it at both Nike Nationals and in Portland, and then at down in San Diego, and the old Foot Locker type of thing. Okay, this year, well, it looks a little bit like last year as far as the top teams, and everything. But last year, for the guys, it was, again, Christian Brothers Academy, Lindgroff, CBA, winning a fairly close duel with Westfield. Those were the two teams from the Northeast that went out to nationals. CBA had a great 184 speed rating there. Westfield had a 182, and CBA beat out Westfield for 59-69 in third, a ways back, so that they were a little bit too far back for any kind of consideration for an at-large spot. Was Ridgefield at 121, and again there is 9 regions of qualifiers for Nike, and plus 4 at-large teams picked from the best of the teams that did not get one of the top 2 spots at the regional qualifiers. And CBA went on to finish 6th. That was maybe not quite as good as they had hoped to do. They were projected by Tully runners as being second, a close second. So they weren't able to quite do the same speed rating, although not too far off the mark. 180 versus 184, and at when you go out to Portland there, you generally run less, or at least you did in past years. Now that they've gone to the new venue instead of running in the old stadium. The old stadium, no teams ever were able to match the speed ratings they had at their regionals. Now, yeah, some teams do, and of course last year the top teams, they did. They went way up from regionals, so it is now possible. So, you got to try to get close to that. And the Northeast teams, not quite as good at doing that last year, maybe. Westfield finished 19th. They were well back from what they were projected to do, and had a 169 speed rating, which was well back from their 182 that they posted at regionals. So this year, top team again, CBA and national championship aspirations, led by Joe Barrett. Their 187.6 was what their speed rating for the New Jersey Meet Championship there, and with only a 10 speed, that's like a gap of about 30 seconds between top and bottom. That is exceptional, and if they can match that at nationals, look out. They will be doing very well there. But that's the thing. They probably hopefully learned something from last year about what you got to do. You know, a lot of the guys went there last year, and and you got this year again. You got 2 weeks between regionals and the nationals, unlike one week last year. So you have a little bit more time to get ready for it, and so CBA looking good. #1 last year. Ridgefield, Connecticut. Now Connecticut hasn't. I don't think they've ever sent a team to nationals. Ridgefield finished 3rd last year, and they lost Steve Hergenroth, their top runner. But this year they are in the running again. Probably maybe with a lesser of a speed rating than they had last year, but they came in as a 179.4 at I think that was the New England Championship, which they won, and they are with a nice 15 speed gap there. Again, that equates to about 45 seconds. So they are this second rated team, and following us teams, probably State College, Pennsylvania, champion, very nice 176.8, speed rating with a 16 gap there, so that looks, they'd definitely be one of the top 3. Haddonfield, 173.6, with a lovely 7 spread there. They were second in New Jersey. Other ones, Boston College, 173.2 and 21. I should throw East Lyme. They had a 171.2 speed rating in the last one, but they were at 175.2 before that. So they'd definitely be, if they have their best performance, could do well. And they were second New England. Brookline was first in Massachusetts, 172.8, looking very nice there. Cherokee, third New Jersey, definitely. Westfield, State College, Westfield and Cherry Hill. Some of the teams from Rhode Island, Bishop Hendricken and LaSalle, up there in the round of 167 and 163, I don't know, speed rating. So up there, other possibilities, St. Johnsbury of Vermont there, Bishop Guertin of New Hampshire, Coltsneck, another New Jersey team, Pinkerton, I think it's New Hampshire, Xavier of Connecticut, along with Staples, and Andover and LaSalle. That's LaSalle of Rhode Island, along with LaSalle of LaSalle, Pennsylvania actually has a speed rating. Yeah, they're about the same. LaSalle, Pennsylvania, everything mushed together. LaSalle of Rhode Island with the space in between. Top guys, Joe Barrett, who was so impressive at the Bowdoin Classic back in September there. speed rating 196. He was 7th last year um, at um, the regionals and everything. Marshall Vernon, who was 14th, and others up there, they're 196, 194. Tamara Gavanis of Phillips Exeter, 193. Sean Gray of Portsmouth, 191. Alex Fisher, Loomis Chaffee, Connecticut there, 189. Clay Stevens, Manalapan, New Jersey, 189. And he, another one who looked great at the Bowdoin Classic. Magnus Manley, top guy for Ridgefield, second in Connecticut. Luke Pash of Ridgewood, New Jersey, who is actually the top returner from last year. He was 5th last year, so he's back. Luke Nat of CBA, Matthew Giordina, Bishop Guertin, who was 10th last year, Ryan Schmidt of CBA, Silas Gartner of Falmouth, Jonathan Hess of Lewisburg area, and a whole bunch more that you be seeing on the list there. A couple of guys, Connecticut guys, Luke Cushion and Sean McCauley, Amity and East Lyme there, and a whole bunch of guys. So should be a good one tomorrow. Again, weather conditions, we'll see here. There was an issue, with wet weather in the past if it gets really muddy. So watch the plunge off of the top. When you come out of the woods there, you can go down on your butt, you can do a somersault when it gets really muddy. I don't know, after the dry conditions we've had, it's almost like 2 months or 3 months without rain. It may not be too bad, but watch that. Also watch the area as you going down in below when you're getting close to the road there. Kind of slopes off to the left there. Probably best to stay over to the right, and because if you hit that slope, it's deceptive, but you can certainly seen runners slide off going that way. But hopefully it'll be not too bad for tomorrow, that we won't have to shovel off any snow. Then over on the girls' side, Union Catholic was the champ for the girls last year, and they're probably looking pretty good again for it this year. Although make it a tester from one of the teams again, like Ridgefield on the boys' side that finished 3rd last year, but Champlain Valley finished 3rd, and again, we're not chosen as an at-large team. Had, some possibilities there. But last year was Union Catholic with 54 points. North Allegheny, Pennsylvania, with 82. They had 130 and 127 speed ratings. Union Catholic went on to, basically do pretty much what they were expected. They finished 10th. I think they were projected 9th, but yeah, the speed ratings were back, which is fairly common with the girls' teams. And they are at 123 after 130 at regionals. And North Allegheny actually came up. They did better than they did at regionals, and came up for 5th place. They were projected much further back than that. So North Allegheny did really well. They're not coming to this year's meet. They lost some seniors and all. So that leaves Union Catholic, which lost, I think, just one senior from last year. Champlain Valley, technically, we're not going to lose anybody, but one of the runners, that was the end. The cross country was their top runner, did not come back. So Champlain Valley, though, has had a very big upsurge among the younger girls from last year, sophomores and all, from last year to juniors this year, done really well. So Union Catholic comes in at a 118 speed rating. Champlain Valley not far behind at 116.4. And the key is they also have a much better speed gap of only 30, whereas Union Catholic is at 40. Now that is because of their top runner, last year's champ, Paige Shepard, being way out in front, but it just shows that it's could be a little closer than even the speed rating, the team speed rating show. Other ones in the mix, Oyster River, well, they finished 4th last year. They're coming in with the 3rd best rating at 111.8. However, they do have a gigantic gap. Their 5th spot might be a little bit of an issue there, and they have a 63 gap, so that's about that's over 3 minutes between the top and the 5th runner there. Cumberland at 110.6, and Princeton, 2nd team in New Jersey. They're up at 108.8, so they're among the top 5 teams. Got to nice chat with them earlier at Bowdoin. Other teams in the mix, Wellesley, they were 3rd in the Massachusetts meet, 105.6. Ridgewood of New Jersey, 105.2. Lexington, 104.8. Colts Neck, 104.2. Another one that's around the 100 mark is State College of Pennsylvania. So those are the should be the top teams. Top runners, Paige Shepard, she's back. She has a what is this? 149, I guess, is her speed rating this year. She's one of the up there among the runners in the nation. Last year she battled with another runner, and they only had a week in between, and I don't know, Paige did not have as good a run at nationals as would have been expected from her speed ratings. And this year, though, it's 2 weeks in between, so she could really go all out and not worry as much. Chase Gilbert, who was not at she's from Lime Old Lime in Connecticut, and she will be. She finished, she was 2nd in Connecticut, but Glastonbury and Brooke Strauss is not coming to Bowdoin. So Chase is in there for the 2nd spot, and she chose elsewhere last year, of course, but this year, I guess she's probably going for 2, and she, unlike Paige, she doesn't have to worry about, supporting a team, and everything. She's coming by herself. Other top runners, Greta Hammer, Needham at 138. Kaylee Kaiser of Union Catholic, she was 15th last year at 138. Sophia Thompson of Union Catholic at 137. A nice move up for her this year to help Union Catholic. Allison Lee, West Windsor, Plainsboro North at 135. Gianna McGowan of Billerica Memorial at 134. Sadie Honig of Manalapan could be in there for a maybe an at-large spots. We're talking at a certain point. You get past the Union Catholic runners, and you're talking about everybody going for at-large spots. Haley Kavanaugh of Oyster River was 9th last year. She comes in at 133. And some Connecticut girls. Tess Sherry comes in at 132. Charlotte Tuxbury of Wellesley in at 131. Julie Kelly of Downingtown West, 131. Jessica Abbott of Manalapan, 131. Dominic Cameron of Leonia at 131. Olivia Schweisbenz of Manalapan at 130. Mae Smith of Ocean City, who finished 11th last year, at 130. Tessa's sister Liv Connard at 130, and Catherine Keating of Ridgewood at 130. So should be good. You know, again, got 2 weeks in between this year, so should be a great battle. And again, I think on both sides, there's two teams that are considerable favorites to get the two places, but there's always a chance for others to come up. And just want to add on one thing, forgot to mention, of course, is that on the guys' side, CBA going for the championship. They were the champions back in 2000. They had a great 2 years of 2011. They were the top team. 2012, they finished second. So there's going to be a team there tomorrow that battling at the top, expected to go, and they will be going for their second championship, and everything. So good luck to the Colts.